in there, right? Regardless if it's that program or the higher end, the cheaper, whatever. I will tell you this again, for the people that perhaps can't get the dates to work on Jan's program, the APT, the Gold program does take it up a notch, and I don't want to sound like a salesman here, but they do. So when you see those dots with the numbers in them that have the number 2, and you have a free day the next day, when you're with the Blue program, they'll say, okay, well, this excursion is available, this one, and you have to pay for it as you go. Whereas with the Gold program, it's all included. Like, it is a beautiful thing. No pressure sales, because they'll just say, do you want to go for a round of golf? Do you want to go to a winery? Whale watching, reflexology, whatever. Choose something that you can't do at home. That's what I would recommend. Does anybody know what this is called? A typical Aussie foursome. You know what? You can golf at home, so do something that maybe is a little different. Tour a winery, go for a sailing day, lots of choice. Okay. Accommodation. Accommodation is a biggie. Right now, New Zealand, if you try to get, like, what month is it? May. New Zealand is the flavor of the month right now. If you look at the back of that Go Way Down Under brochure, we sell Africa, we sell Asia, South America. We're a bucket list type company. New Zealand is the flavor of the month. The struggle with booking travel to New Zealand right now is stuff is selling out like you would not believe. Yep, it is just for whatever reason. Over the 21 years, it's peaks and valleys. Oprah could go to Australia, all of a sudden we see a peak. The Lord of the Rings comes out with another movie, we see a peak. And then it sort of goes into a lull. Right now it is peaking. So for 17, 18, 19, we are seeing a lot of people going. Okay. So my point there is going with Jan and having something like that looked after, your accommodation, just if you're on vacation, you know, some people say, oh, I'm going to wing it. Well, you know what, you could sleep in your car. If you don't know this already, has anybody heard of the World Masters Games? It's a multi-sport event that just took place in Auckland in April. If you ever went anywhere around that city, March, April, May, whatever, and without accommodation booked, you would have been out of luck. Okay, so they do have events like that, World Rugby competitions, etc., etc. I got to tell you about this hotel. I have stayed there. It's in the Northern Territory. Can you make out what it's made of, or made it like in the shape of? It's not made out of crocodile. It is in the shape of a crocodile. It's called the Croc Hotel. It used to be a Holiday Inn. I believe it still is. It's Aboriginal land, so the developers wanted to put a property there, so the indigenous people said, sure, go ahead, but we want it built in the form of one of our spiritual beings, and they chose a croc. You can only see that it's a crocodile unless you fly over top of it, but it's still a novelty to say, hey, I stayed at the Croc Hotel. But the layout is absolutely spectacular. You see the parking lot, see where the cars are. Can you guys see that in the back? So down there is the mouth, right? You see where the head is? So you come in the parking lot, you come into the mouth, and there's the front door. That's the lobby area. So you get your key, reception is there, and then the body are where all the rooms are. So you get this, you see where I'm going with this? When it's time to check out, you leave through the tail. Do you believe me? That's where the competition stays, because they get all the crappy rooms. That's my best joke. Did you like that, Jen? No, you didn't. Okay, maybe you didn't get it. Okay, Superior Hotels, key locations, that's the key. Okay, again, when we put an itinerary together, you know, meals will be as per the itinerary, but just referring to the APT, Blue versus Gold, the meal counts are pretty similar, but when you can well imagine if you're in a hotel like the Banff Springs Hotel versus the Holiday Inn, the restaurants will be of different caliber. But the beautiful thing about this whole motor coach tour concept evolving, back in the day you were told this is the restaurant, this is the food, this is what time. Now, no. Some of these days are long. I don't sugarcoat it. You've done a lot of sightseeing, you get back to your hotel, you might want to have a shower, go to the gym, whatever. You choose when you want to eat, who you want to eat with, often full a la carte or a buffet, whatever. Just a lot of choice. The Gold program in the APT brochure takes it up a notch. On select tours in New Zealand, you get a voucher that you go off into the town. So there'll be 4 or 5 restaurants to choose from. And again, it feels like you're not joined at the hip to your 47 other fellow passengers. If they try to take the best of both worlds, a motor coach tour, and combine it with a self-drive, right? Do you know what I mean by that? So there are pros and cons of each. They take the pros of each and sort of put them together. And that's a little bit about choose your restaurant. It's really funny because APT's been operating that feature for the last 10 years. And they always make mention of it in the brochure, and every year he is in the brochure with a different woman. It's true. He's done it around. Okay, so what are you waiting for? You know, again, we're going to have, when do we hope to have these out by July, the itinerary?